Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast. I am Fizza Dasani.
I'm Pallavi Ganalan.
I'm Zara Ali.
And our guest is Audra the rapper. Hey, Audra.
Good morning.
Hi, Audra.
Hi.
I'm loving the sunglasses.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, your style is amazing.
Thank you.
You always
Feels
dress
good.
really nice.
Because I didn't try.
So Audra actually opens for Janine, who we had on the podcast, I think our last podcast that just dropped.
Yeah. And that's where I met you. You were opening for Janine on her headlining tour and you killed it
Appreciate
at the
that.
Troubadour. I was like,
you.
who is this girl?
Yeah.
It was so dope. So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into hip hop? And because I saw that you released your first mixtape when you were only 16.
Yeah. I always wanted to do music. I wanted to sing, but I can't. So it led me to other avenues in music. I wasn't even allowed to listen to rap or hip hop or anything, not because my family's super religious or anything, but more just because my mom was trying to protect me from messages that wasn't encouraging and inspiring to women. And hip hop, has that stigma, that truth, but then there's, alternative messages as well. But she didn't recognize those. So she just protected me in a sense. And, it's like the forbidden fruit. I'm a sneak around and find it. So I've always done music. I always studied and been a student. I'm still a student of music. I did my first mixtape. Yeah, I recorded it, a lot of it myself. I learned how to engineer and everything when I was in high school.
I heard you started writing at 6.
That's on the internet? You found
That's on the internet.
That's on there?
We've been doing our research. We've been looking stuff up.
Writing at 6 years old and recording at 13 in your mom's closet.
Oh, Google make me look good.
So where did this start? What high school did you go to? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up between Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Two very different cities, but similar. Yeah, my mom supported it. Once I told her I wanted to do music, she was like, all right, we're going to get you this program. Okay, I'm going to buy you a mic. Okay, I'm going to get you and I'm going to, help you find a mentor and do all of this. Even when I told her I wanted to rap, she would go to all the concerts with me. It'd be a DMX concert. She in the front row.
Mama the rapper.
Mama the rapper. That's her social media.
Wait, really? Yeah. Oh, nice.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Mama the rapper?
How do you guess that?
Go look up Mama the rapper on IG.
Great minds.
That's funny, yeah.
That's wild.
That's awesome. So you were recording stuff in your mom's closet and stuff. So how long did you kind of keep it quiet before you were like, this is what I want to do?
Oh man, I always knew I wanted to do I always knew it was what I wanted to do even before I had a record. I was just putting it out there, letting people know. I was rapping at school. I was doing talent shows.
Did you rap battle anyone in school?
Yeah, I did a lot, at the football games, and it's funny because I was a cheerleader.
Oh, she was a horde cheerleader.
So,
That would be fun to see. Are there any videos of this? Any clips of you in your cheerleading uniform,
somewhere
rapping?
on a Nokia or a Razor or a Sidekick, whatever phone back then. I don't even think you could videotape.
That's
I sound
awesome.
very old, but it
So
wasn't.
at what point did did it take a lot of convincing for your mom? Hey, Mom, I'm going to be a rapper.
Not at all. Once I told her is what I wanted to do, because it's just me and my mom.
So when you were,
so she was just supportive of whatever I wanted to do.
when you were younger, so she didn't want you to listen to rap, but at what age did she accept it?
When I told her is what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
About 13.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I this is giving me flashbacks to when my brother got the first Eminem album, and we were playing it in our car because our parents we don't think that they can fully understand rap with the accent and the the slang and everything. So we were playing it in the car, thinking we were getting away with shit, just really excited. And then my dad just quickly pulls over to the side of the road, and he was like, "What is this trash music? He's trying to get a Spice Girl impregnated."
You know
And
what?
then they
They
shut
know
it
way
down.
more. I didn't know my mom knew what prick was, so I called someone that, and she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh, you know what that means?
Yeah, you're kind of proud when your parents realize all the dirty
"Oh,
slang.
You're kind of hip, sort of.
You understand. You've
You
been
know
assimilated.
English.
That's funny.
But your mom seems like she's super cool, going to
Yeah.
DMX concerts, Mama the rapper.
And it's so funny because she's short and she's older and she has all white hair, not gray hair, but white hair.
I love
So
that.
you see this little white-haired lady in the front row of concerts. It's
like Storm from X-Men.
Exactly. I hope my hair gets like that.
That's awesome. Does she come with you on tour and stuff sometimes?
When I would do shows on the East Coast, she would take the trip.
That's
up
sweet.
and down. But
So she's still in Virginia?
Yeah, she's
That's still
in Virginia.
home for you?
Mm-hmm.
Is she working or?
Yeah, she's working. Like my mom has like mad degrees, and she's been like head of like HR for like Canon and other computer companies and stuff. But then now she's working as a car dealer and she loves it.
That's dope.
And I think it's because it's like instantly gratifying.
Yeah.
You know, you get what you work for at the end of the day. And she loves that. And I'm excited and happy for her that she found something that's fulfilling for her.
It's a good hustle, right?
Yeah, she loves it, man.
That's cool.
I listened to some of your music for the first time today prior to the podcast, and I'm a fan.
Okay.
I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you live like Pallavi, but I'm a fan. Like, do you have influences like sort of a more music, because you have a musical approach to rap, which I really, really love.
Oh,
She released something called The Miseducation of Audra. So Lauryn Hill.
Okay, so she's an influence then.
Lauryn Hill's a huge influence.
And your music videos are so creative. Your music itself is creative, and then the visual interpretation of them is wild.
I love
Yo, where'd they see? We had to study
one of the videos?
No, I haven't directed. I haven't been credited as a director. I'm very much involved through the whole process of treatments and setting up shots and everything, but I haven't been credited as a director.
That song Bitchless, man. That's great. Oh, now you want to come, you're bitchless, so you want to come around now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's so real.
So what's your inspiration behind a lot of your music? Do you pull from like real life stuff that happens to you, real life experiences?
More so than anything, yes. I would say just to remain honest and fearless in the content, really just explore experiences and alternative outcomes of experiences, you know? Everything is very close to me. I'm not like, it's either like you're very honest or you're very abstract.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking about, growing grapes on the moon or some shit. I don't know. I'm just not that abstract. I'm very linear to my experience. But my inspiration is people in general, how people make me feel. Yeah, that kind of shit.
Do you have so this is something that happens with comedians a lot. We will get so into comedy that we don't have like those real life experiences. Like sometimes people are like, you need to take a night off and go out like on a date or like go hang out with friends and have like real emotional connections to people. Do you find yourself, because now you're getting up there, you're like rising. So do you find yourself like a little too busy to...
Nah, not at all. I make sure to live.
Yeah.
And I make sure to live, even if it's just for the sake of content. And I just heard somebody say earlier, like, go on a date for material.
Yeah.
And that clicked. That really clicked. I make sure to live. I took a break to explore me. I wouldn't even say I took a break, but I just did what the fuck I wanted to do for a good year straight. Last year, like I backpacked for like probably about 7-8 months by myself.
Oh, where'd you go?
Where?
Through Europe, a bunch of different cities in France and Spain. Then I went to UK and the Caribbean.
Did you perform at all while you were?
I went by myself with just one suitcase just to
that's
kick
awesome.
it
I
and
love
meet
a
people
solo
and
trip.
I didn't perform. I ended up on the last city, which was London, getting in the studio and staying there longer than I intended to. But
Are you based in London as well? I read that online.
yeah, no, I'm not based in London, but I'm back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm based between LA and Brooklyn for the most part.
So how would you compare the scenes for with London? You said Brooklyn and here.
Musically?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say with London, I fell in love with I don't know how you say it, like the underground music culture or the live jam session culture. Like you can go to mad places. You can go to an Italian spot called Chiro's in Knightsbridge and just have legendary bass players come and all these vocalists that aren't on tour at the moment perform. Like I love that. It's definitely a musician city. Like the Lower East Side, I would say, is like a comedian hub, and like Hollywood Boulevard or all the places I'm sure like comedians come and they want to gig. Like London for sure had that culture all over. LA is a very collaborative spot. It's very welcoming for different people who generally wouldn't work together, somehow finding themselves in the same studio and making shit happen. 100%. And Brooklyn, man, that's where the inspiration for me comes from, for sure.
Boogie Down.
For sure. No, that's the Bronx.
Oh, whoops.
That's the Bronx.
So Brooklyn.
Can you delete that?
So Brooklyn is where the inspiration comes from. So is that where your observations and your life experiences tend to happen?
Every heartbreak ever.
Damn it. What is wrong with Brooklyn? I've also had heartbreaks in Brooklyn as well. Something's wrong with that city.
It seems like heartbreak inspired quite a bit of your music. Maybe bitchless, but
yeah, or at least yeah.
or like relationships,
having epiphanies.
Love relationships, romantic love relationships.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very honest observation. That's true. I like you.
Oh, thank you. She's talking to me. No,
she's talking to Fizza.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a very.
She can't tell us apart. No,
very true. I'm kidding. There's no facial recognition for your voice. That's funny. Nah, that's a very true assessment.
Your latest project is called Anti-Love Songs.
It is, but not so much because I hate love. More so, it's about I'm anti what I've been told about love.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, it is called Anti-Love Songs. Plug.
What have you been told about love?
Just a lot of shit. I mean, you ever watch Lifetime or Disney?
Yeah.
Or it's it's just so many.
We know it is possible to marry Prince Charming. He's out there. Thanks to Meghan Markle.
First he'll be naked in a Vegas hotel room, and then you'll marry.
Yeah.
Well, now he's married, story, so I don't know if he's out there anymore. You know,
yeah, that's done.
You think Prince Harry is the last one that was open to dating like exotic chicks or Americans?
Well, who else is there? Like, are they going to have sons? I want to be really old by the time they're grown.
I mean, the Saudi princes have all been like, you know.
Oh, they've been. Rihanna is with a Saudi dude.
Yeah, you never know.
Fine.
Janet Jackson.
You never know.
Fine.
Yeah.
So they're part of the royal family in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to Saudi Arabia in August.
Okay.
And I don't want to get
trying
arrested.
to plan her arranged marriage. Saudi prince,
Get
come
me a
back.
Saudi prince.
Get Facial Rec a sponsor.
And a plane.
Right?
That would be great. If we could get a plane with all of our faces on it, that would be nice.
Wait, okay, so back to Anti-Love Songs.
Okay.
Yeah, so
we get off track a lot.
It's fine.
The anti-love. So what parts of love that have you been taught that you're challenging?
Yeah.
I mean, just that it's always happy once you would go through the gauntlet and you go through the desert. It's this oasis. It's like the journey ends there, and then it's all about what you want to feel from a certain person. Some loves can be a partnership that works. Some loves can be fulfilling in one aspect and not the other. I mean, it's all about what you want, and love doesn't always have to be well, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be romantic.
Yeah.
I mean, just a lot of shit. Like, I'm opposed to. First of all, I'm still struggling with the idea of monogamy because I'm starting to think that's generational.
Yeah.
And societal.
They said when we were hunter and gatherers, just as a human species, that's when we were sort of into group sex and just basically anyone who had sex with a woman, when she had her baby, they were all the fathers. It was sort of a very community-based relationship
because they didn't know who the real father was.
I can just imagine one dude's like, I'm not the father. I know I'm not the father.
Yeah.
But
we could all be the father, so we should all be nice to it.
When we started moving to a more agricultural society, that's when I think people started getting married, making alliances with families.
Tribalism was just more protective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think the hurt around love comes from the unfulfilled expectations of what's been put in front of you. So it's like, damn, if I don't have the Martin and Gina love, damn, if I don't have, if I don't have the Cliff and Claire Huxtable love.
Well, no one wants that Cliff love anymore.
Nobody wants that.
I fuck with Cliff. Nobody can take Cliff Huxtable.
Cliff, not Bill.
That's
not
the character.
Bill. Cliff Huxtable, though. You can't take that from me, damn it.
I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not that, that's when we get down on ourselves. That's where the hurt comes from.
We think everyone's perfect, and none of these relationships are perfect if they're real.
We got to define our own perfect.
So are you personally, do you not practice monogamy in your life or?
No, I do, and I want to, and I mean, I'm 100% I do. And it's like
But you haven't
ingrained in me. I'm mad at myself because I feel like I'm the only one on the island. Like,
I feel like that too.
Well, I think because the men have now I feel like so many men are like, well, I don't have to because there's women out there who subscribe to polyamory. So why do I,
or who just let themselves get hurt over and over again.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, now that this option is available, it's impossible. So for those of us who are like raised with these societal bounds, like you said yourself, like you want someone to be 110% monogamous and dedicated to you, but like there isn't anyone out there who wants that. So like now you're challenging what to fit to be able to get the guy or whatever, and it's like it's painful because why don't men have to do this?
I also think that it's not necessarily like societal. I think all these things are like options for people, and some people do genuinely like want monogamy, I
don't want to share.
But I don't want any of them. No, I'm just kidding.
I know the people that are out there that are on your team, you're like,
too available. No.
Not attractive.
That's not healthy.
Though I also know men who are all about polyamory until they fall in love with someone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd hate to be the bitch right before the bitch who got married to him.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah. I feel like that happens a lot, though.
Yeah. To who?
Audra.
Oh, no. Audra, hold on.
Back in a corner with this
Too
bitch.
soon.
No. Sorry.
Nah, it's funny. Yo, I was actually dating a dude, and he got married while I was dating him.
No.
And we found out like on Instagram.
What?
It's crazy.
Were you invited to the wedding?
Yeah, it's
Did
funny.
you get a free meal? You were invited? No.
Was he still trying to have a relationship with you after he got married? Like trying to hide
He
it?
didn't think I knew. Only reason I know is because my best friend is a bridal designer.
Oh my God.
So your social media explore page is catered towards your interests.
Right.
So she follows bridal pages. Their wedding was on a bridal page she followed.
How easy to be famous and married and then be dating
I
someone
never
else?
told this story ever.
Yes.
But
Let's talk about it.
That's so funny. I low-key wasn't even hurt. That shit was so funny. Like, you just had to laugh about it.
Did you feel bad for I always feel like I want to tell the girl. I want to be like, he's been fucking me.
My friends did that. My friends slid in
told
like
her?
her wedding picture comments. And was like,
Okay, hold on. So start from the beginning. How long were you dating this guy?
we were dating for like 8 months.
Is this a dude? This is one of the dudes from Brooklyn?
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn.
Fuck that
Yeah.
town.
I was in Brooklyn. No, I love Brooklyn. But yeah, I was dating him for about 8 months. We were very close. Like, he lives on my block. I was over there all the time.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't even the kind of shit where you look at yourself in hindsight and be like, how did I miss the, the pink toothbrush? Or how did I miss just little shit.
Yeah.
Like, how did I not miss that? She lived in like a whole nother state. So it was like, okay, you were sly. But yeah, 100%.
So then what happened after your friends messaged? Do you know if there was any fallout?
I mean, nah, they still together and she's still with him. I mean,
Is there a kid involved?
Good luck,
no,
girl.
there's no kid involved.
Oh,
Good
wow.
luck.
I mean, it could be a kid involved. I'm so far removed from the situation
There
now.
could be a kid involved that's not in the relationship based on patterns.
Yeah, actually.
Wow. That's crazy.
So monogamy is something that you do want because you feel like it's been programmed into you, or you feel like you should want it.
Oh, okay. This is a therapy session. Let me figure this out. Hold on.
Because I have mixed feelings about it.
You can't spell therapy without rap.
A little bit of both. I mean, at this point, it's innate. I can't even like unprogram myself at this point.
Yeah.
Out of it, so I don't know why. I mean, societally.
Well, biologically, they say women, you have one egg. Men have tons of sperm. They have it all the time, multiple times a day. Like they can jerk
In all
off.
their socks.
Yeah,
Got it.
So they're sort of biologically programmed to have multiple partners, whereas women want to have the one best partner.
I mean, I think societally more than anything, like there's like 1,000 terms for a woman who's had multiple partners or unmarried or single with a cat, whatever the term
or a dog.
is. You know what I'm saying? There's a million
terms for women, but guys are bachelors.
I love that fuckboy is a term now. Although we did learn it came from prison, which is not the best appropriation of it. But I love it's bad. But I love that that's like a term now to shame men. because like there have been so many terms to shame women.
It's like the male slut.
Yeah, it's male slut, but it's not even like slut is someone
Slut
who
should just be. We shouldn't even have to put male
women
in front of it.
Yeah, it should just be
male.
Yeah,
they a slut.
Yeah. But I think that fuckboy comes with the connotation that their personality has flaws. Yeah. And I like that. Because I'm like, it's not that you're having sex with a lot of people, it's that you're leading them on. It's that you're like not being honest.
Have you seen, she posted the fuckboy bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I like circled all the ones from my last, and I tagged a bunch of my female friends. I'm like, let's play.
So that's how you do it? You're supposed to tag people that are.
I just did it because I wanted to start some shit on Facebook.
Well, you were talking about sending it to a dude, and I'm like, nah, just post it on Facebook.
And then I tagged all the women, and I was like, yo, ladies.
You know what? You should tag the guys who did that to you.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about doing that.
You should totally do
that. I'm just going to fill out the whole box with every single dude. Like,
oh my God. One of the boxes were Vans, and like I never dated a guy who wore Vans, but I wear Vans like now. So I'm a fuck boy.
I was capable of some fuck boy behavior. Then we started posting the reverse version where it's like our behavior. It's like reverse it. Mm-hmm. So then like we filled it out. I feel like for me it wasn't so bad. I was like, all right, I'm not too much of a fuck boy, but whatever.
They got one for like a fuck girl. That's not even a term, but they tried it.
They tried it.
I like that fuck boy as a term now because before that I feel like all we had was creeper.
Yeah.
And they would get so insulted by creeper.
Oh, I don't
understand that.
I call dudes creepers all the time. Okay, so we gotta go
Audra.
We gotta go back to your career. So you have all these projects and you've steadily been like releasing music. But there was this point in your history that stood out for me where you got to meet Rick Ross.
Yeah.
And did that feel like a big break for you? How did that happen?
A lot has definitely on my journey has definitely been attributed to him just supporting me and having faith in me early on, because before that I was just rapping on MySpace and doing local shows and everything, and he saw something in me early and he definitely shared his knowledge. And
I have a really important question. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a really important question. Who is your top 8 on MySpace?
Wait a minute. I can't remember. I've been trying to log into my MySpace for a minute. I don't remember.
Can you still log into MySpace?
I can't find mine anymore.
I can log in, but the page is different. Like my content that was on it, like my photos, I can't find it.
Oh, man.
Somebody found, not Tom, who played Bane. Tom Hardy's old MySpace page, and he looked like a total douche. And they pulled all the pictures off of it. It was amazing. Anyway,
so how did you end up meeting Rick Ross?
Yeah.
At a radio station. I know.
You just randomly crossed paths?
No, yeah, I was really good friends with the radio host there. My voice is not letting me be great. I was really close friends with a radio show host there, and he was like, yo, come up here and let's go grab some meat. I'm finishing up an interview. I'm sitting in the studio while they're doing the interview, and it's Rick Ross and DJ Khaled. Rick Ross had just dropped BMF, which is the record that really catapulted him. And he had just joined Twitter like that day. So in between breaks, he's asking everybody in the room, like, what's your Twitter? And I'm like, yo, my Twitter's Audra the rapper. And he was like, you don't rap. And I was like, I mean, okay. He was like, rap some right now. And he put me on the spot.
Oh, damn.
And then went back to the radio show. Like, that was nothing. And then next commercial, he was like, I rap again. Like, he kept doing that. So then he exchanged info and he like posted me on his Twitter. So like promoters had saw that and started booking us on shows together. So it was like people really seeing that we had some kind of interaction.
That's so
and
dope.
Further put us together. So I performed in front of him at like this homecoming, and like he and his team like flew me out to Miami to like record with him for like a few weeks. And
which studio in Miami?
He had his own studio at his own Swisher Suites. And before that, I was like recording in bedroom setups. And I was, I was like recording and learning how to record and learning how to really structure a record. And I was self-taught at that point. Yeah. So him taking faith in me and seeing some form of potential and really like help me own in, okay, let me turn this into not just being rap, but being musical.
Yeah.
You know?
And you mentioned Khaled.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what's going on with DJ Khaled.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't, because they've been living under a rock, DJ Khaled does not perform oral sex on women, including his wife. But he expects it in return because, quote, he is a king, unquote. Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
Did he come off as that type of person when you met him?
When you saw him, were you like, this dude don't eat pussy?
Honestly...
Could you see it in his face?
I just don't want to see that picture at all. Personally.
So he did us a favor by saying he doesn't need pussy.
But he didn't do his wife a favor.
No, it's awful. But she has
some
side
women
dudes.
not into that.
I
Also.
hope she has side
She's a
dudes.
grown-ass woman.
Some people not into, some women not into that. So they might have their perfect situation where he found the one perfect for him that's not into it. He not into doing it. I don't know. But me personally, nigga, you getting blocked.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
You're getting blocked.
Yes.
Like, you know what? It's his preference, but yeah, you getting blocked.
Yeah.
I'm sure she likes living in her mansion.
Yeah.
That's what gets her socks off. I don't know. Or rocks off. I don't know.
Socks and rock.
Yeah. But so do you continue, do you have check-ins with Rick Ross often, or
Not
do you continue to tour with him?
Nah, not in a long time. I mean, he's busy. So many things have happened in his career since then. I check in, like, when I hear, like, his good friend passed or his health situations, which is a huge scare to a lot of us. I check in then. But no, I mean, it's seasons for a lot of things, know, and that was a very beneficial season, a great season, but I recognize it as just that.
And have you feel that from his inspiration, has your music evolved kind of with his guidance a little bit? Has he given you any sort of advice that you kind of took as your own and moved forward with it?
Probably not just like directly, but just being that close to somebody who is moving and doing shit clearly in a right way for their career. Yeah. That was a huge inspiration.
You think it like rubbed off?
I mean, I think everything up to this point has had a part in getting me to this point, so for sure.
Actually, that's a great sort of career model with Rick Ross. I mean, he started out with Slip and Slide in Miami, and the biggest slip and sliders were Trick Daddy and Trina, but he blew up. The first time I heard him, he was like a feature on like a Trina song, and then suddenly he's like Rick Ross.
Right. Yeah.
He is, I mean, do you think he's the biggest rapper to come out of Miami?
I'm not too fluid on everybody that's come out of Miami, actually.
2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew, you got your daddy, you got your
Pitbull.
from Miami.
305.
Mr.
How could you forget Pitbull? Come on now.
Oh, you got Flo Rida.
Isn't Flo Rida from Orlando?
Or something like
that.
I see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. That whole little pie handle down there is just
It'd
confusing
be real
me.
fucked up if you found out he was from Alabama. The whole thing was a lie.
That's a cool link, though. And I heard he is very supportive of young rappers.
Ross?
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. He studies music. He's very smart. He's very articulate in what works and when it works and how to do shit.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm gonna put it out there, like a cool person, like a gentleman. Like, people don't expect that. But it's like, like when we were around, like, I'm not touching a car door. I'm not pulling out a chair. It's like all these dudes in this room, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like just very, I don't know the word, appropriate.
Yeah. Chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
Oh, yeah.
So I was looking at like, because you've had these kind of like mentors or people that have like helped you and kind of shown you how to like, or you've had your own hustle, but also like how they hustle. But I saw like you had all these awards for like being a dope artist and like doing well in hip hop. But then I saw the things that stuck out for me was that you got Role Model of the Year and Community Activist Awards. In like 2000. So that's like, that's cool to me that you like, that's, do you think that that's a focus for you in your career?
I want it to be again. Since then, that was back in Virginia. That was home. That was when I was rooted. And I was a lot closer to my community. And since then, I've been moving around from New York, different parts of New York, Jersey, and LA. And I really haven't like tapped in to where I can just come back to a place where I can give back and tap into what the community needs. I definitely want to. I do things here and there, but that's definitely a priority to get back to.
How did you give back when you were in that community, and how would you want to in the future?
Through music, for sure. I want music to be a part of everything because I just think it's so universal. Yeah. But at this particular award you're talking about was for a foundation I started with my mom called Music for a Cause. So what we did is we would go to different cities in Virginia and like the tri-state area and do concerts with the talent from those communities. We'd sell tickets, we'd sell sponsorships, vendors, and then the money we raised, we would partner with another foundation in that community, because at the time I didn't have my 501c3. And we would partner with foundations that were geared towards youth AIDS and homelessness and hunger. So,
who organized this?
I mean, I was in college and I was in high school at the time we were operating this, so it was a lot. My mom and I. Yeah. My mom understood more of how to, maneuver legally with things like that. She understood it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, do you get that community organization from your mom? Was she very much into giving back and helping the community?
Honestly, I mean, my mom's done things like, Salvation Army. We don't throw away things we want. We figure out who's around. But on a grander scale, when I started doing music, she was like, okay, you have this platform. You're building this platform. How are we going to use this platform? So it really started with me. I didn't see it so much beforehand, but she had the heart for it,
So it's like music is a service opportunity.
100%. It's all about how you use your platform. Like, what are you going to do with it,
What's something that you wish people talked more about in music?
Oh,
Or maybe something that you'd like to talk more about as you evolve as an artist? I mean, there's always going to be relationships, and that's all. People are always going to love listening to that.
The personal struggles.
Yeah.
I like a lot of what J. Cole and like Kendrick Lamar are doing.
Yeah.
In terms of just talking about systemic issues.
Yeah.
100%. Our platform as an artist, as an entertainer, it might not be taken serious a lot of times, but the influence is definitely there.
Absolutely.
We can get you to buy. We can get you to boycott. We can get you to riot. We can get you to turn on the channel at midnight to see a performance at Saturday Night Live. We can have everybody watching the same thing at once who has access to a streaming service, a cable network, or a mobile phone. Like, I think to use that and help people understand the awareness of their everyday life and not just live through somebody else, but to help people know how they can change how they live.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
I was just going to say a lot of these systemic issues can be hard for maybe a white person to understand or a white male.
People who aren't exposed to it.
Yeah.
And I really do think like rap and hip hop are so universal. Like you go to any country in the world and they're like blasting Rihanna and they're blasting, Drake is everywhere. It's like such a global phenomenon. And I do think that there sometimes are these kind of barriers where they will enjoy the music without the message. But I think it's as artists are incorporating that message more and more into their music, it's harder to ignore. So right. Definitely breaks down those barriers.
For sure. Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where someone's challenged you and your music, or had someone disagreed with what you put out there?
Like, how,
do you have haters, basically?
Do you have any rap beefs? Do you have beef with anyone?
Nah, I don't have any rap beefs.
I mean, do you
want to start one with someone on this podcast?
Yeah. Who's the Remy Ma to your music?
Nah, I don't have any rap beefs. I'm pretty cool, calm, copacetic. That's probably what I need. No beefs. Nobody's really challenged my content.
Even on the show, I know you were on Sisterhood of Hip Hop season 3, and reality shows, even the ones that are talent based, they like to get the personality and the conflict out. Was there some tension between you and any of the other women?
Girl, she fell for the bait. I mean, honestly,
those producers will like poke the fire, huh?
So the show followed 5 women every season. Same 5 women I came in on the last season, but you get close knit with 5 characters the whole show. It could go wrong or, on some Real Housewives kind of tip or not. I mean, from being in an industry where we're the ultra minority female rappers, when you are put in a proximity where everybody is like similar, you know, you kind of want to kick it and be cool. So that's kind of, for the most part, how it was. We understood like it's us or nothing. But the producers would try, as networks do. And this one girl fell for the bait. I really just think that's how her DNA is set. And I mean, we had attention. But
she's being so nice. I would so not be nice.
The most diplomatic, most diplomatic beef.
Honestly, no, because it wasn't even. It was a one-sided beef.
Yeah.
Like it's a one-sided beef. Like
you didn't have the issue.
I didn't have the issue when I saw it, and it was just like, oh, poor baby.
Who
like,
are we talking about? Are we allowed to talk about
100% Diamond from Crime Mob. She was on the show.
Oh yeah, from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, from Atlanta. Yeah. So it was a little tension on the season through that, but she was on her own with it.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
What was the Nuck If You Buck? Was that her song?
That was her group song. But yeah, she shined on that song, yeah.
She was trying to nut.
Yeah, and I mean, I still get hype when the song come on. Like, I still like the song.
I think the whole cast, all of you guys are immensely talented.
Thank you.
And
Are you still close to the girls from the show?
We weren't that close. I mean, it was an energy where you know how you can get in a room full of people and like have a good time and then go home until the next time.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. I mean, Saya and I were really close, but leading up to the show, like I actually knew her for years before and we had music together. I mean, I still respect all of these women and I still think, you know, they're talented and I wish them great things.
So does everyone on the show have their own mentor? You know, like maybe, would you say Rick Ross could fill that role?
On the show, they did, like some of the women have been like co-signed and signed and, you know, they're working closely with artists that are out and they were a part of the show. For me, I didn't have an active mentor on the show. And me and Rick Ross' relationship is years removed.
Gotcha.
Like years removed. So... Nah, I mean, kind of.
Have you met T.I.? I know he's a producer.
Yeah.
Look, I met this dude at a bar one time. I was like, yo, I'm on this show you produce. And he's like, all right, cool. Like, that's it? That was that kind of situation. That was that kind of situation.
Executive producer, as in he gave some money and the show is afloat.
I think he was very involved at one point, and then when the show took off, he was just like, all right, cool, I'm going to see those residual checks. Probably, who knows?
It's a good show. I watched season 1, and then I cut my cable off, so... Now I'm just curious. Like now I really want to watch it. You're season 3.
Yeah, I'm season 3.
Okay, I'm gonna cut straight to that.
Speaking of getting our cables cut off and stuff, what are some corners and other things you've had to do as, you know, a creative, as an artist, trying to make it, you know, what are some like tricks and that you had up your sleeve to, you know, like make rent and stay afloat and pay for studio time and all this other stuff? Did you have some side hustles and
I
stuff?
had jobs. I got fired from every job ever. I got literally fired. I've had stupid jobs.
Like what?
I shouldn't say it because, you know, probably got people with the jobs. But, I worked at Zara. I worked at a candy store on the Upper East Side. I don't know what the hell I was doing on the Upper East Side.
Was it Dylan's Candy?
Dylan's Candy Bar. On the Upper East Side during Christmas time. I had just moved to New York.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
2 months after graduating college, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna get a job, any job. That was the first interview I had, they hired me. Christmas time, they played the same damn Christmas song every day.
Oh yeah.
I think I got fired because I asked them to change the music too much.
Really?
Yeah,
wow. You were like, I actually have an EP that would be appropriate.
And then I started a company. I mean, to be an artist, you really got to learn social media in these days.
Yeah.
I studied that shit so much at one point that, like, I started applying for social media jobs. So then I started having clients. I started having, like, corporate clients, and I started my own company. And then I was just like, this is cool. I'm surviving off it. This isn't what I wanted to do. Lost all my clients.
Can you teach us a master class on social media? Because I'm trying to be an Instagram model and it's very hard.
I'm trying to hoe it up on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't. The problem with me is that
I'm trying to see potential. No Instagram modeling for me.
See, Pallavi wants
I'm trying to be a hoe on. I'm trying to slut it up on Instagram
and then yell at them
and be combative as fuck.
Zara wants to be a model so she can party more.
Yeah, I just want to get invited to parties. Basically,
I'm trying to hoe it up on Instagram, but it's hard when you're always always alone and don't have anyone to take a picture of you. So
self-timer.
I'm doing the self-timer thing, but I just haven't figured it out yet.
Gotcha.
I'm like, I need things to prop up. I don't know.
Mirror selfies.
I don't have a mirror. My apartment is like, you guys need to come to my apartment.
What?
Like,
Are you a girl?
I don't have like a good mirror with like not crap in the background. You know
I don't do mirror selfies either. Yeah, I'm the same.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just doesn't
Not
fit
her
my
style.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
She said she looked into the camera when she said my aesthetic. Oh wait, I wanted to ask you, what's like the craziest getting fired from a job story you have?
Well, one I kind of knew. I worked at a gym. I've worked dumb jobs. I worked at a gym in a shop at the gym. Nobody's really buying merch at a gym. And they were like, I had like a quick lunch. I really just went on like for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
And it was a small kind of shop where it's one person on a shift.
Yeah.
So you work there by yourself. I just like threw in the towel, but I didn't tell them I threw in the towel. And then I came back and got right back to work. Like nothing happened.
So
4 hours
funny.
later. And that was a day they were like, I don't know, they were doing like a client something. They had a bunch of food. It was catered in the gym.
Oh man.
On my way out, I just like took the bottles
I
of
see
champagne.
I see a mirror selfie.
That is a mirror selfie.
Oh, you do?
But it's hot though.
It's a bikini
That
mirror
is
selfie.
one.
Everybody go on Audra the rapper on Instagram and
that
just
is-
look at this just amazingness here. This is
You rock the neon, like the neon yellow, neon green.
Thank
Yeah.
you. 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
changed
you
it.
need to teach a master class because you're very good. You're very good at this.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do the thirst traps. Like I'm not good at any of that.
Honestly, I'd be way more popping if I probably put some effort into thirsting on social media.
Oh man, I was with my family this weekend and we were at dinner at this like empty Indian restaurant and my mom looked at my profile picture and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to be a hoe." And then she was like, "A hoe? What's that?" And my dad goes, "Shh, a whore." And my mom turns to me, she goes, "You're trying to be a whore?" Like, she yells it.
That's funny.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Weren't you guys sharing a hotel room?
Yeah, we shared a hotel room for 2 of the nights.
Jesus.
Oh man.
I always take my headphones with me and I just put them on. I fell asleep.
They respect your boundaries?
No, I mean, you just have to build. You have to build the wall bigger, Fizza. You have
Yeah.
to build those boundaries.
Well, look at me. I'm going to Mecca, so
Yeah,
much
your
for my
boundary,
walls.
your boundary is gonna be your burqa, basically.
that's it.
Did you ever find that burkas
I did. I borrowed one from Reem Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Been on a facial recognition
It
show
was for like a
before.
sketch show.
Zara-
It was for a sketch show.
Zara was
yeah.
hitting up all the brown girls asking if they had a burqa.
Yeah, because so I was in the sketch show last week. I'm in this sketch group that Fizza used to be in, but she's popping off, so she doesn't have time for
my
us little
God.
people. So it's called No Fly List, and we do it at the Comedy Central stage like once every 2-3 months. And for some reason, this sketch show it was very hijab heavy for me, like hijab and burqa heavy. And
Look at my face.
I did not. Yeah, I know, but like for me, it like stretches me as a person. Like, what can I do and what can I play? And I'm still at that level in like acting where I'm trying to do everything to find out like where my casting is. Like, yes, I know my casting, but I'm also trying to challenge myself, right?
Yeah, it's good to have that range.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was like 2 nights before the show, and I'm going through all like, all right, what props do we need? What like outfits do I need? I'm like, holy shit, I'm wearing a hijab or a burqa in like every other sketch, or I'm doing an Indian accent in like every other sketch. So yeah, then I was just hitting up every brown girl I knew in California, in like Los Angeles. Like, do you have a burqa or a hijab?
I used to.
Because I'm such a bad Muslim. I don't have any of this stuff.
I used to when
anymore.
my parents went to Saudi Arabia to Mecca a while back, and they brought me back a burqa. How sweet!
So sweet.
Thoughtful.
Yeah.
Are you religious at all?
No, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
I agree.
I feel
I'm
like
right there.
I
I'm right
would
there
be
with you.
spiritual, but I feel like every spiritual person I know has a good voice, like a good singing voice.
I mean, I don't.
I'm like, you're spiritual?
I mean, I don't like that word, but I do appreciate the metaphysical aspects of life.
How it was broken down to me and how I really like it is. Spirituality is connecting with the message. Religion is connecting with the messenger.
That's
Yes.
Wherever you find the message, whatever it is, whatever your, routine is to tap into what is meant for you. That's what I consider spirituality.
I love that.
That's cool.
And I don't know, like for me, it feels like religion felt too much like a boilerplate, a template for ethics and connection. And I do like, for me personally, if that works for someone else, great. But for me, I like to connect. I don't need a messenger.
100%.
Yeah.
For me.
For me, yeah.
For me.
For me.
Yeah, I just feel like the structure, what do they call it? Organized religion.
Yeah.
Because I like grew up going to the mosque and stuff. And also it was like a cheaper option than taking us to like Six Flags, So like they just did that. So like it was, for me, it was like, oh man, I have to hang out with these people again, And now that I'm like so far removed from it, I'm like, I appreciate it. And I understand it, but like, man, it also like perpetuates the what will people think type of thing,
It just clicked in my mind that they catered it to me so well because we had Bala Vihar, which was like school for the children.
Yeah.
It's like we go in and learn about Hindu mythology and stuff, but they made it so that we would like write essays and stuff about the and like made it a competition. So like my brother and I would like win them and get like the best grades on them, which is so on brand for me.
So
of like
on
wanting
brand.
to be the student or whatever. And I just realized that's how they tricked me into learning
It's very well organized religion.
Looking
It
for
really
that
is.
gold star.
Super work. Lots of rules.
Yeah, they all do a great job.
They sort of winged it. Like when I went to Sunday school, it was just like people's parents telling us folk stories, basically. Like one teacher,
that's what it was for us.
They told us that like if you put the Quran in the toilet, angels will come with rocks and bags and beat you up. And
was that a problem people were having? Because
Yeah,
usually they
I was
make
like,
the
is
rules
this
when someone messes it up and they found another Quran in the toilet and they were
yeah.
like, we got to get these angels
Wait,
on.
but like that's such a complicated thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
why would I even want to take the Quran into the bath, take it off the shelf, take it in the bathroom, put it in the toilet, and then you ruin the toilet, and then everybody's like day is messed up.
It's
Like, why would you do
have to
that?
plunge? Can you plunge a book? Like,
No,
Like, don't throw
no
your
one-
tampons or Qurans into the toilet.
I think the message he was trying to get across was like, don't disrespect the Quran,
we get
otherwise
it.
But it's
you'll
so
die.
specific. That's like all these like stories and stuff in Hinduism too are very like specific stories. And in the end, it's all obey your parents. Like there's so many stories in Hinduism that are just like, just obey your parents at the end of the
I
day.
just want to point out that the story I was told is not in the Quran. I think he made it up.
I don't think there were toilets when the Quran was written.
Yeah,
I think there was like holes and outhouses.
But I mean, honestly, to be fair, holes in the ground are like the old version of squatty potties, and America has bought into that. So you're welcome.
So good.
So back to Audra.
So good.
Back to Audra. Were there like rules in your household? Like, was your mom religious at all? Were there people that were around that were? She was like, no. What will these people think?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like get beat for asking questions or not abiding, but she definitely influenced. Like I was born under Islam. Like when my mom converted when I was probably like 4. So we practiced Islam first few years and then converted to Christianity. I'm in the church all the time. And I was raised to wait until marriage before having sex.
Which you still have. You're still waiting.
Yeah,
100%.
Mom. Yeah. Yeah.
we all are, except
We're all
Pallavi.
virgins.
Hey,
Except for
my
Pallavi.
tweets
Pallavi's
aren't
a
real.
whore.
My tweets aren't. I'm an aspiring whore. I'm trying.
No, you got to step into it. Fake it till you make it.
Zara likes to party, and I'm a. Zara likes to party. Fizz is spiritual, and Pallavi's a whore.
Fizz is spiritual.
At least
I
your
told you I don't
parents
like that
know
word.
about it. You told your parents that you're trying to be a whore, and
Oh yeah,
They
you're up
know.
front. Yeah, I'm a
My
virgin,
poor parents.
guys.
That is
I'm just trying to get some money for this body. No.
Use what you got to get,
that
what you
money. Poker.
so Audra. Okay, so you grew. This is insane. This is off the rails.
This is off the rails.
want. Pallavi's topless now.
You don't know. You can't hear anything because nothing's bouncing.
One time I heard someone call boobs razor bumps.
You could send any money you want to send to Pallavi through our Patreon.
Yeah.
Facial recognition.
Venmo.
buy Pallavi some tits.
Yeah, can we do that? It's Hollywood.
Well, what if we only get enough for one tit? Like, can you split it in half, or does it?
I mean, I don't mind doing one at a time.
Wait, are you? Wait, hold on. Why do we want money? We want money for your tits?
Sure.
Is this something you're considering?
You know what? For the cause.
She wants them to
because they're only like $3,000 now. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I live in a tree house. You think I can afford
I'm just
even
saying.
the shadiest of tits? Anyways, Audra, let's talk about how much you respect you have for Desi culture now that you've gotten to know us.
Audra's face palming right now.
She's like crying. I'm an engineer. Did you know that?
but she's also a slut.
I'm also a whore.
You could be many things. You're a multi-dimensional person.
100%. It's like the generation of the backslashes.
She's a
backslashes?
Yeah, backslashes.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can do a lot.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur,
AKA
engineer,
drug dealer.
comedian,
Yeah.
whore.
You can have more than 140 characters in your bio.
I'll be anything you want me to be, Hollywood.
Entrepreneur.
Okay, great. I love this brand. I'm gonna put this on my business card.
Side boob.
Side boob.
Back to Audra.
Very in right now.
Okay. Okay, we gotta get
hold
back.
on. Audra's all about the Instagram trends. How, do you think side boob is going to be a thing for a while?
I think it's about the underboob.
It's
First
the
of all,
underboob now?
which I don't have. Second of all, I'm shit on Instagram now. Like,
Stop it.
I'm terrible.
What
on
are you
Instagram
talking
now.
about?
Your
Yeah.
Instagram is popping.
I delete it like every day and download it every morning. Like,
You said
Oh,
it's like,
it's like
I'm one of
Tinder for
those.
you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
like-
need to ask you. You said you don't have underboob?
I don't have underboob.
But I thought everyone has underboob.
Yeah.
That's what gravity
it's easy.
does.
It's easy to show underboob.
No, I don't really have underboob. I just have side boob. Because okay, she thought everybody had under. This is why I need tits.
Does everyone have nipples? I mean, like, I'm
Please
just being
Venmo
shocked.
us at facial rec comedy.
Jesus Christ. And I'm not religious.
Paulavi needs breasts.
This is
We need to show more
amazing.
underboob.
You guys, why am I still single? I don't understand.
You need boobs.
I need boobs.
This is why you're out here hoeing. Okay.
You should go to New York. It's legal to be topless.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
Walk down the street.
I
yeah.
did not know this.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a topless skating group too. You can just skate through the city.
So I've actually
Are
seen
men
people.
nicer?
I've seen people in Times Square with like painted and stuff.
Dude, my mom sends
But I
me
haven't
those
seen-
pictures. She's like, check out these naked ladies. And she'll send me like pictures of her with these paintings.
And then she's curious why you're an
Yeah.
aspiring hoe. Like,
She's sending mixed signals. Okay.
It is, Mom.
And to answer your question, men in New York are worse than men in LA.
Really?
Actually, no, a little bit better because they have money in New York.
Audra disagrees.
guys in LA are the prize. Like they want you to approach them and like,
yeah. Guys in
like
LA
New
are
York.
pretty.
I appreciate it. Yo ma on the street. Like I miss being yo ma. What's good? Like
Really?
I miss that. I hated it in New York, but now it's like, oh me, you miss me? Like,
yeah,
me?
because you don't get so like
I
you start
get yo
comparing
mas
the two.
from like gross homeless dudes though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Really?
And then I'm like, I'm not your mother.
Yeah, nah, I miss New York. I'm all for the yo ma.
I think that they yell yo ma because they're babies that needs to be raised. That's what I think. In New York, just men in general. They're looking for someone to raise them.
So we go
Okay.
on to our Desi question.
Yeah.
So at the end of our podcast, we like to ask if you, so Desi is all South Asian people. Do you have a favorite Desi celebrity? You can throw some names out like Mindy Kaling, MIA,
Priyanka Chopra.
Priyanka Chopra, Riz Ahmed, Hassan Minaj.
What's the doctor's name again? Sanjay Gupta.
Sanjay
I
Gupta.
like Aziz Ansari a lot.
Okay.
Oh.
I love him.
Look at
a
Zara's
lot.
face. She has her
Like-
own. Never
Sure.
mind.
Yeah, I got hip to him. The stand up he did years ago. It was like a random DVD that somebody left like in the lobby of my building. I was like, oh, free shit. Let me take it. I watched it. It was fire. And then Master and None is crazy. to me.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about it?
I love Master and None. I like it just felt like really refreshing to see someone like that language that they speak on there is Tamil, which is my family's language.
Okay.
So it was like super exciting for me to see that on there. And I
Yeah.
loved the episode about the immigrant families and like the background and stuff.
Yeah. And that was one of my first times on a platform as big as that, really being introduced to he's from India, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Indian culture, like the as an entertainer, like the strifes and struggles he's going to, like how
Yeah.
he had to go on an audition and they
Yeah.
want the accent every time. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yo, these are the things you don't think about, but these are struggles, you know,
Yeah.
a different minority is going through in the entertainment industry. And no, I thought that was interesting. But no, I really like him. And I'm gonna say something. I'm not just with South Asian entertainers or actors or celebrities. I'm terrible with everybody's name.
Oh.
So I could like somebody and not know who they are until I see them and like them again.
Yeah. I think it's hard in entertainment in general. You just see so many different people and everybody's working on these different projects. So there are just so many people cycling in and out of your life and your like view.
Yeah.
That it's like so hard to keep track of.
And like
people.
movies, I don't read movie credits. Like I know your name in the movie.
Yeah.
But like I don't know actors' names.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also, it's somewhat removed, right? Like you're a musician. Like you're gonna know musicians. You're gonna know rappers. You're gonna know people in that game.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not going to necessarily know who all the comedians and actors' names are.
Yeah.
'Cause you're removed from it. It's not something that it's not like in your lane, you know? You get
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
it. Yeah.
And we're not known for having the most culturally recognizable names. Pallavi.
I knew you were going to bring this up. This is the episode where Pallavi needs tits and no one can pronounce her name.
Isn't that every episode, though?
Yeah, that's
it
not
is.
just one episode.
It's my life.
We love you.
I love you too.
All right, one last question for Audra. Do you have any questions for us about Desi culture or anything? It could be dumb. It could be
Something
stupid.
you've always wanted to know.
Something you've always wondered.
Safe space. You can ask anything.
I never thought about anything.
Is there anyone, did you ever know an Indian kid who weirded you out growing up?
And you question their behavior. And you need to know where it came from. Were there any Indians around you where you grew up?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
In Richmond, no. We had a big Mexican, Cambodian, and black and white population.
Yeah.
Just black and white. Nothing, we don't know where they're from, just black and white. Yeah, so no, me moving to New York really introduced me to a lot of cultures. Like two of my closest friends are Bengali. Aneet Khan, he's a artist.
All right, that's Desi.
Yeah. But that was like my first introduction, you know, it's
Yeah.
such a close relationship. Honestly, no, I don't know. Why y'all food so popping? I mean, I don't know. That's all I know.
Look, that's a great question.
That's a great question.
Food so popping?
Why is our food
Seasoning.
so popping?
Because we
Seasoning.
spice it up.
Because
saying.
the same reason
The
for
spice-
colonialism
Yeah.
is the spices.
Yeah.
Because we marinate and we use spices.
Do you know what's really
and,
sweet? I live with 3 white people, and like I was complaining about how we had mayo but no hot sauce, and my roommate brought me home a whole thing of hot sauce. And I was like, it was Tapatio, and I was like, she tried. She got me something.
Yeah.
But like it was sweet. She noticed, and that's when I think that
The gesture is really
Yeah.
touching.
Do you have a favorite hot sauce? You don't like Tapatio?
I mean, I like it. No, Fizza was looking at me funny.
Yeah, I was giving her a look because Tapatio is like, I don't know, it's on the light side, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I put that, and I put like red pepper.
I mean,
and
you
put,
said
like,
you're trying to be an aspiring hoe. Like you should be eating ghost pepper sauce.
That's what you need to be a hoe.
I don't know,
Is that-
spice.
because we have to be thirsty. I get it. I get it. All right.
Do you like spicy food?
I love spicy foods. It's like I'm like a masochist when it comes to food. Like I want to cry. I do. I want to cry.
You want to start sweating?
100%. Like I'm on like Scotch bonnet right now. I'm trying to work my way up to ghost pepper.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
that's my shit.
We got to take her out for some bomb Indian food next time.
Put me on.
Yeah.
I haven't found one Indian restaurant out here.
What?
I'm in the valley,
Okay.
and like
You don't
a
Google?
good one, like a good one.
Oh yeah.
we need to go to like, what is it, Artesia? Like the little India?
Oh yeah, I think so.
The best Indian food I've ever had was in London.
They do have
Yeah,
bomb Indian food in
and
London.
I'm scorned.
Yeah.
Since then.
Yeah.
It's not going to match up here, probably.
I mean, that's like the second motherland.
Artesia
so.
is pretty good with like the food that they have because that's like a whole. It's like if you go there, it's crazy. The whole neighborhood is like Little India, but it's like the whole block, like all the way down the street.
Okay.
And they have grocery store. My mom, we're from Utah, and my mom will come here and have an empty suitcase because they have like way more spices and stuff than is available in Utah. And she just fills it all.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Indian dish?
Oh, I love chana masala.
Yeah, that's
I'm
that's
vegan,
one of my go-tos.
so-
Oh, you're
you are?
vegan.
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Yeah.
Nice.
So chana masala, I can make that kind of poppin'. I'm gonna need y'all to let me know. Kind of poppin'. Tikka masala for sure. Vegan though.
Yeah.
Which is different.
What made you go vegan?
I don't trust shit. Yeah, I don't trust the practices here. I'm only vegan in America, though.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole different podcast episode. Long story.
All right.
But
I have a friend who was like, she's like, I'm vegetarian except for Korean barbecue. And I'm like, then you're not a vegetarian.
At all, nah.
Because
She's a conditional vegetarian.
she's like, you can eat Korean barbecue every day.
Yeah,
That's how you get constipated. Unless you're Korean.
Fiz's eyes just drifted off.
That sounds like a personal problem for Fizza.
We'll figure that out on the next podcast.
I'm going to get a squatty potty.
So we're ending with Squatty Potty.
Audra, where can we find you and what like projects do you have coming out?
I am Audra the rapper on everything. Spotify, iCloud, actually, iTunes,
SoundCloud.
all social media, all of that. And I mean, I'm working on a bunch of different shit. Still working in like the television space, working on some projects. Through doing that, I realized I'm more interested in like creating content more than just like acting, but like screenwriting. So I've been studying. I've been working with my mentor on that. So I have a bunch of shit that I'm working to be better at and share. Yeah.
And that's Audra, Audra.
Correct.
And the rapper is like?
The rapper.
Cool. And I'm Paula V. Ganalin, which no one can say or spell, but I'm going to keep that as my name. And it's PALLAVIGUNALAN on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and that's my website.
And I'm Zara Ali. Zara is spelled Zahra. Ali live on all the social medias.
And I am Fizza Dasani, and that is spelled Fizaadosani. Isn't it funny we have to spell our name every single
time.
episode?
I'm like afraid that I'm going to misspell it one time. I'm going to be like, I'm not going to confuse the listeners. Okay, but our group one is Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, and on Twitter it's Facial Rec Comedy. And thank you for being here with us.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Audra.
Thanks, Audra.